prepare. Now we don't need to go Satma. It's just to tell you that however many you can put in front of you, no problem. You put it on and you read, and then you blow on it once. You can also read and blow, read and blow, read and blow, or just blow once in the end when I have finished all the reading. Yes?
Just want to make an intention. I'm not a yet. I mean, reading to the brother, you can leave them open and just read with the intention.
It's not just a question of intention. I mean, your breath has to reach those things. So if it is too far, it will not work. Yes.
You can use buckets of water as well instead of bottle.
Buckets. Yes, you can use buckets, but it have to be able to be closed. Once you have finished, you have to close them and keep them closed until you use them. Yes?
Can iron turn to sihr, or does it become similar?
No, iron cannot turn into sihr, but it can become similar to sihr. The effect of iron becomes similar to the effect of sihr, and I told you at that time we treat iron as if it was sihr.
Does it matter how loud we read the Ruqyah?
It has to be a bit loud. I mean, if it is silent, it won't work. It has to be a bit loud. Now, if you're reading on the products, you don't need to shout. But when you read on the patient, you have to read with anger. So that has to be a bit loud. And also try to read fast because it is a situation of fighting with the jinns and sihr. Yes?
Does Zamzam have any of the same effects as water that you've read on?
Well, Zamzam, Rasulullah said, is a remedy. But I wouldn't say that Zamzam has direct effect on jinns and sihr by itself. But when you use Zamzam for Ruqyah, it is more effective than normal water. And so you can use Zamzam, you can use rainwater, because Allah said it is Mubarak. And you can also use seawater, you can also use well water, all that will help. But these other kinds of waters, generally you can't drink them, so you have to be careful with them. Yeah.
The washing, is that night time, isn't it?
Yeah, washing is better evening time, 7, 8, 9, or even if it is midnight, no problem. That is because jinns naturally are awake by night and sleep by day. So the good time to hit them is the time when they wake up. And sorcery goes the same as jinn. So it is, they wake up by 7, 8. It's not just sunset or sunrise 7, 8. It's like people. I mean, if the sun is rising too early, we won't wake up. We will wait for 7 o'clock to wake up and go to work.
And if you pain, you continue kind of washing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you have pain somewhere, you can wash again and again and again that place you have pain with the same water.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Know about coupling.
Yeah.
Coupling. You know, if a person who can't go to sleep, they have problems sleeping, and would you feel coupling is a way that can help them as well? But they struggle to sleep, sleep doesn't come.
So if someone has problems sleeping, we use a hadith. We don't use a verse. That is the only case of the 45 different sorts of sorcery where I use a dua of Prophet ﷺ instead of using a verse, because I didn't get a direct verse for insomnia. So we use the hadith, Allahumma gharat al-nujum wa namat al-uyun wa anta hayyun qayyun la ta'khudhuka sinatun wa la nawm Allahumma anim 'ayni wasqi al-layl. So that is the dua we use. So someone can make hijama for a sleeping problem. Well, just on the neck, because sleeping problem will say that there's a problem in the head, it's in the mind. So do it in the neck. And if someone is very tired, not having pains, we do hijab in the neck and in the back, in the bottom of the back, near the kidneys. Yes?
You mentioned about disposing of the water after washing it.
Yes.
Can it be disposed by the normal waste in the drainage or not?
So we avoid to let it go in the drainage, because there is jinns, always bad jinns, the bad jinns in the drains, and that water is going to burn them, so they're going to take revenge on you. But if you say Bismillah, so it won't burn them, they will avoid it. But still there's Quran in that water. We just prefer to respect the Quran and not hurt there. But it's not necessary, because there is not hadith, there's not any mention of that in Islam. It is just the habit of people making ruqyah to do that.
Where would you get rid of that water?
So in garden is easiest. Otherwise, in the where the rain goes, you can put it with the rain.
If you intend to use the water straight away, you blow in the bucket, it's a bottle, and then take it to the bucket.
Yeah, well, if you're going to use it straight away, you don't need to cover it. Yes, you can do that. But if you're doing that, you're going to read again every day for each time you use it. So that's quite difficult. You might as well, if you're going to read, might as well read a lot and on a large quantity of water, and that will you use it for many times. Yes.
Earlier you mentioned about the sunnah and how it's used to wash out the septic.
Yes.
What if that food is,
What if what?
What if you are nourished with that food already? So you've had the food and you're nourished with the food, in the sihr as well. Is it too late for the sunnah, to take the sunnah? Or you're already nourished with the food?
I don't understand. What do you mean by nourished?
As in, the food that
Spread in the system, like
digestive.
Yeah, the sunnah is going to take it out all of your system. It goes through all your system. Yeah, let me finish, because I haven't finished, and then we're going to continue with the questions, inshallah. So I was telling you there are 3 kinds of sihr, 4 kinds of sihr. One is eaten, one is put in the body, and one is symbolic, and the 4th kind of sihr is by contact. So sihr by contact, most of the time you walk on it. Most of the time it's been walked on. So sihr that is walked on, it could be accidentally, that means sihr is put somewhere and anyone who's going to come and walk on it is going to catch on him. And it could be done on purpose, on your way, or in front of your shop, or in front of your business, or in front of your house. Or sometimes they put it in the place you sit on. If you are sitting somewhere, you always go sit there, they put it under your seat, and every time you come and sit on that sihr, may Allah Ta'ala protect us. So, what does this contact sihr do? It usually does skin problems. It usually does skin problems. If you walk on it, it will make your legs get heavy, and it will give you skin problems like psoriasis. I don't know if you heard about psoriasis. It is eczema. It's a special kind of eczema that comes, and this psoriasis, doctors don't know anything about it. They don't know anything. They have absolutely no explanation on why it comes, how it works. They can just see that it comes, and sometimes it spreads, and sometimes it changes, and sometimes it gives you buttons, and sometimes you have blood, sometimes you have pus, and sometimes it is itching, and sometimes not, and sometimes it disappears. And they don't understand at all why, how it is working. So this psoriasis comes only by physical contact with the sihr. As I said, physical contact with the sihr, mostly when you walk on it, but it can be different. For example, I had a girl, someone put sihr on her scarf, and all her hair fell down, and she was having very bad eczema on her head. I had a woman, her sihr was put on her red lipstick, on the lipstick, and her mouth was full of cuts. It was really awful. Or her mouth was full of cuts and bleeding for years. And you see this kind of thing that doctors are amazed by. They cannot understand. And I had a woman also, sihr was put in her kuhl, so when she put that in her eyes, she was having terrible headache. So, and I also had a boy, he was grown up, but when he was a boy, he was playing, and he fell down on his back, and he hits, and his back fell on the sihr, and that was giving him problem on the back. So this just to tell you that contact with sihr can be made by any means. And when the physical contact is made by sihr, so it makes skin problems. And how to treat that? Well, we just treat it with hijama. with cupping and reading and water and oil. So there's nothing new. It is just the same tools we use for that sihr that has been touched. Yes?
You know when you say you make contact with sihr, you fall on sihr, is it something physical you see?
Physical. Sihr has been put somewhere and you walk on it or you fall on it, and they can put it in something and put it on your body, put it on your clothes, put it on your cream, and you put it on your body. That's physical contact.
Okay, so it's not so that we have to see the sihr.
No.
It's not painful or anything, it just could be just red.
You might, no, you don't have to see it, because when they put it on your way, it could be water that they have emptied there, and it could have been dried, and still it is. Now it could have been buried under the ground, and you've been walking on it. No? And for example, that happens often in graveyards, in cemeteries, because they love to put the sihr in the cemetery, so you can go there to visit your relatives or someone and you go to walk on it. Yeah.
Does this bring the jinn inside the body as well?
What?
When you walk over it, does this bring the jinn inside the body as well?
It does bring the jinns. Now, when you walk on it, if it is accidental, I mean it's not meant for you, the effect will be less. It will usually have just the physical effects. And if it is meant for you, meant to break your business or to do this and that, so it will have the full effect on you. Okay?
What if you find sihr, like, like...
So if you find sihr, you read some Quran in water and you put it inside for about 20 minutes and then you throw it away or you burn it. That's what you do if you find sihr. Yeah, I just wanted to... I have something, a tawiz that I found someone gave me yesterday. I'll leave that. I will show you it inshallah. Now, what am I going to say again? So this is concerning the treatment. Let me see. We have these 6 points: risks and protection, reading, hijama, cupping, treatment, symbols, and diagnostic. Okay. So there are some ways of improving the treatment. When we see that someone coming, and we hear his problems and we do our diagnosis and we prepare our treatment. So we have to see if the primary effects and the secondary effects match. If there's a match, I mean, between the primary effects and the secondary effects, what does that mean? Sometimes someone is having lots of problems, lots of pains, lots of bad dreams, but in his life everything is okay. So there's something wrong, because according to his dreams and to his pains, he must have lot of blockages, lots of things going wrong in his life. So we try to understand what's wrong. And mostly when that happens, and I would say to the person, well, I don't understand, because you're telling me you're dreaming such and such dream, so logically you should be having lots of problems with your money, with your business, with your wife. And said, yes, well actually I'm working well, but all my money is going and I'm always at zero. So that's when we discovered that it was not as clear as he said. And other way around, if someone is having lots of blockages in life and we're not finding anything in his body, in his dreams, etc., so we should be wondering. Anyway, it's just to look and to find the match between these primary effects and secondary effects of the person, right? And for example, Sana, if someone has lots of problems in his life, lots of problems, but not pain in his stomach, we will still give him Sana for 4 days as a test, because it could be that he has eaten sihr and it's not affecting him physically. So we'll do that and we'll see if that does give him pain. So that means he has eaten sihr. If it doesn't give him pain, no problem. Anyway, Rasulullah said, alaykum bis-sana wa law marra fi-sana. Drink sana even once a year. So he has 20 or 30 years missing sana, so he can he can take a few days of sana, no problem. Yes?
I was wondering if the patient is shaking in front of another person, is there any reason for that person shaking or to be scared of that person? when they come in front the patient.
So if the patient is shaking or having fear of one particular person, well, it is possible that that person has made sihr to him to control him. It is possible. Now we have to see what kind of situation it is. Now it could be just purely mental, if that guy always beats him, or you see, if it is a husband always beating his wife, now whenever she sees her husband, she's shaking, or etc. So you just check it. Now if it is someone who made sihr to him, and there's evidence, I mean, it is clear that that person has an interest in controlling him to take his money or to marry him or to this and that. So it is possible that it is the sihr making that. So I was telling you, yes?
Can we use the Quran mentioned many times, حبة الخردل.
Khardal.
Can we use خردل as a medicine?
Khardal. Quran mentioned many times. Surah Luqman.
Yeah.
حبة من خردل.
Yes.
Well, I never tried. I never thought of using khardal as a remedy. And well, what is for sure, the treatment I'm teaching you is not unique. It's not the only way of removing sihr, and many other things can be done. Many other things can be done. But I am trying to limit myself on the Quranic method, and especially more on a logical method.